Hi, Scorpio. This is your monthly reading for the month of February for Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading and this will not resonate for every single Scorpio out there. All right, you guys, let's get started. What is happening for my Scorpios for the month of February for Sun, Moon, and Rising? So this feels like something happening for the month of February for you guys already. So it feels like there's been something that you guys have been wanting to heal, but it's like we all have those wounds, right? Where it's like you look at it, you try to heal it, and then you like either you just it's weird. It's like a wound that you keep trying to heal, but you keep touching, but it's like you either don't feel like you're ready to heal it yet, or there's just something there where it's like it's something that can never be healed, right? It's almost like Achilles heel. It's like that's your weak point. And for a lot of, I don't know why I picked that up, but picking that up, but for a lot of you, that's something that's kind of happening with that star card. There's something that you've been trying to work through and heal for a while. So you have the Star card, the Magician, the Fool, the Knight of Wands, the High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and then we have Death and Rebirth. The bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. So Scorpio, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you are dealing with somebody or something in the past that feels kind of like just a very difficult, it was very difficult for you. And so it's hard for you to maybe heal it. It's hard for you to touch it. It's hard for you to look at it. And I feel like for a lot of you guys that for the month of February, you're going to have a little bit more willpower or more open to, like with that Magician, like take that leap of faith to go towards looking at it, really sitting down with it. Because what I'm getting with that Knight of Wands, it's like instead of moving around and trying to distract yourself, I feel like a lot of you guys are really going to ground yourselves and you're going to really look within and really listen to yourself. Because I feel like there's always been this inner juggle between letting this go and waiting. It's like, should I stay or should I go? What should I do? What should I not do? And I feel like a lot of you guys, it has something to do with another person, something outside of yourself. And I feel that for a lot of you guys, you've tried not to let this be a burden. I feel like you could have cut this out, but it's like, it still caused a lot of you guys a lot of hurts because I feel like there's no movement. There's nothing really indicating that it's like this is really ending for you, but you're still focusing on the loss. But you guys are becoming a lot more stronger and more in yourselves. So I feel like a lot of you, like this is just going to be a little bit more of a difficult situation because I feel like this is something that's been very difficult for you guys. I think for a lot of you, it's whatever this person could have said to you. Because I feel like one of the things that has been hard for you to walk away from when it comes to your emotional detachment was the way that this person could have treated you, the way that this individual came off. They really made you feel like that they had it together when they really didn't. And now it's like that's something you kind of been juggling back and forth with because a part of you feels like maybe it's not that this person couldn't give you what you wanted or needed. Maybe they just didn't want to. So you felt kind of trapped. Because you're like, questioning, Scorpio, if, you know, does this person just not love me or care? Like, you're trying to gain that sense of clarity. And I think that whatever this was, for a lot of you guys, this person could have really, you could have had a family with this person. Here, Scorpio. Because there's something going on with the family and it's blocking you from manifesting or moving forward in some way. It's like you're trying to stand tall. You're trying to do what it is that you need to do to move forward. It's like you're just trying to persevere forward, even if it's hard for you. Because I feel like this caused a lot of heartbreak. And I'm also getting that this really made you feel alone and isolated. Like you were the one having to kind of keep it together. And for a lot of you guys, what kind of blocked your third eye or just blocked you from really moving forward was the belief that this person could give you a happy home and give you a happy life. Because we have the 10 of Wands here and it's in the blocked. And we have the 10 of Cups and it's in the blocked. I mean the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like a lot of you guys, you're not letting it end entirely. Like a part of you guys still really were hoping that this person could make you happy. But instead, all it caused was heartbreak. And leaving you guys kind of maybe having to really handle it on your own. And it's like you... I feel like a lot of you guys, Scorpio, are recovering from this. Because there was a lot that I think went down. Yeah, you're having a hard time walking away from this person emotionally, even though they weren't stable and they weren't making you happy. Because I feel like you're going to have to find your own happiness. And I think that you're going to learn to be able to voice that eventually and communicate what it is that you want to people. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you leave people in confusion. Because it's like you tell people this is like you don't really tell people necessarily what you want. And if you do, it's like you're around people that don't give to you or that just don't seem to reciprocate. Because I think for some of you guys, you're around people that don't take you seriously because you can't take yourself seriously. It's like you're afraid of making a decision. So you sit on the decision, or you're dealing with people that do that. I'm getting for a lot of you guys, it's something since childhood. It's like you've always been afraid to make decisions for yourself, or because it's like maybe when you worked with people, you had to learn to abandon your own feelings because people either just discounted your feelings, they didn't care. And you always, this is the cycle that's kind of coming, it's blocked at the moment, but I feel like it's the cycle of you needing to find that balance with the relationship of people. Because I feel like you give your heart to people, Scorpio, and then people either walk all over it or they take it out as a form of weakness, or you're just always giving to people and it's like you're around people that never seem to reciprocate to you. So it leaves you guys feeling empty. You have to refill your cup because I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like you give so much all the time and you try to give while still trying to give to yourself, and it's like you haven't really found that perfect balance yet. And I feel like a lot of you guys are really struggling to find people that can actually reciprocate to you equally. But I think the reason I feel like it's blocked is because I think a lot of you guys have a hard time really allowing yourself to receive. Now's like a time for receiving for a lot of people. We also have here prayer. So I feel like you guys have asked the divine for guidance. I feel like a lot of you guys have asked God for help. Like there's something about prayer where it's like, you know, you don't even have to be religious to like pray. It's like to ask the universe for guidance and help and support. It's like you're asking for something. There's something that you're asking for to the universe. And it's like this was destiny for you to see this person's deceit and to shift the perspective that you have about the situation. Because when you're going to realize that this person played off your guilt here, Scorpio, this individual played off of your guilt and your self-worth. And I think that that's why, is because you feel like you have to keep working to prove your self-worth to people, and you're doing it out of guilt, and you need to shift the perspective that you have. And that's why this person's in your life. This is why, like, some of the lessons that you probably had to deal with was because it's like you needed to see what you were capable of. And you also needed to see past the illusions that it's like at a young age you were taught that this is like, or you had a specific idea of how a relationship should look or how it should go. And a part of you guys were kind of like in a way neglecting yourself for the detriment of yourself for the sake of a relationship. So what I'm really getting for a lot of you guys is self-sacrificing. You guys always self-sacrifice for other people. I'm getting kind of that sensation of being kind of like a martyr, being the person that feels like you have to give parts of yourself, or you have to close down parts of yourself in order to be accepted and in order to be loved. And I feel like for a lot of you guys that it's been really difficult for you because you had this ability to give, but you can only give so much. You can only allow people to take so much. And it's like you want others to be so happy because you were so worried about how other people are going to receive you. And so this person kind of was like, they knew how to press your buttons. They knew how to make you feel like whatever you did, Scorpio, was never enough. So it's like you go out of your way for this person and it's never enough. For some of you guys, this is like a family member that you're dealing with. And it's like they always play off of your emotions. They manipulate you because they know how to make you feel guilty. And there's no sense in arguing with this person because I feel like you're dealing with somebody that's just going to keep trying to make you feel guilty and just keep playing the game and manipulating. And it's like this is destiny to teach you like what you should and shouldn't stand for. And sometimes the best way to communicate that is by walking away and not talking. You know, I'm not saying like completely cut off communication, but for some of you guys, it's like this person is playing a game with you. Some of you guys, it's almost like reverse psychology. They say one thing, but they mean another. Read between the lines. There's always some form of a loophole. Oh, I didn't say everything, but you didn't ask the right questions either. It's something like that. We have here unfinished symphony, but it's in the reverse. And I feel like it's because it's time for this to end. It's time for you to begin again. We have 10 and then we have 1. So I see you as going back to stage 1, really just growing and healing through that. And then we also have 2 the sea. So you're having to move forward. I always look at this kind of like my 6 of swords. You guys are moving forward. One of the issues that you have is we have no place like home, and I feel like it's in the blocked position because for a lot of you guys, maybe you've just never really felt like you belonged anywhere, and you've always felt like you always had to, like you just never felt comfortable. And I think that for a lot of you, that's something that you're having to really have to evaluate for the month of February. Scorpio, is why is it that I'm so uncomfortable with almost every wherever I go? It's like I don't seem to feel comfortable. You know, maybe I feel comfortable in my own home, but I can't feel comfortable at the store. I can't feel comfortable with people around me. So that I feel like that for some of you guys, it's because it's like you're blocking yourself from really connecting to others because of being around people that have showed you the darker sides of themselves, that a lot of you guys are just really afraid to put yourself back out there. We also have exchanging gifts, and then we also have poised. So a lot of you guys, people want to give you things. People want to return the kindness that you give to them. But I feel like every time people try to give you something, you are like, oh no, it's fine, or you just don't take it, or when you do, it's like out of a sense of guilt, and it's like people want to give to you, but they want to see you be happy when they give it to you. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like when you give a gift, you love it when you see the joy in that person to accept the gift, because not only is that good for them, but it's also good for the person giving the gift, because then they feel special. They feel good for helping somebody or giving somebody or showing someone they care. And so when you deny somebody's help, when you deny the gift or the thing that they're trying to give you, if you're not willing to receive, then it's like, in a way, you're kind of making that person feel bad, right? Because it's like, you know what it's like when people enjoy the things you give them. It's like you're kind of robbing them of that sense, right? Like, of, I liked to give you this because now it makes me feel good to see how you respond. So it's something like that. So I feel like for some of you guys, it's like you have a really hard time accepting gifts from people, and then you have a really hard time really enjoying the gift, because I think some of you guys feel guilty or feel like a burden to other people, and you have to learn to accept and embrace that, you are equal and you are special to receive just like everybody else. I also get that for a lot of you guys, you've been pretty graceful throughout this situation, even if you feel like you've lost your cool along the way. A lot of you guys are really leveled up in a way. You really have composed yourself and made people believe that, you're a lot more mature than maybe even like this person was, or there's just something about you where you kind of come off a lot more graceful and a lot more forgiving than maybe this person. It's like in a way you're coming off in a better light, and people are starting to see that about you. We also have imagine. So I feel like a lot of you guys need to really imagine your lives, really get to what is it that you want. Stop holding yourselves back from things and telling yourself that you can't have specific things in life. And it's like destiny can be changed. You control your own destiny. Destiny doesn't control you. And I think that that's something that you need to learn from that, is like, you have the ability to rewrite your story. You have the ability to get whatever it is that you want. So figure out what it is that you want and start asking the universe for it. Tell yourself, okay, now let me start making the steps to get to where I want to go, and just pray that it's going to work itself out. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, really needing to learn to put trust and faith into yourself. Okay. So we have expansiveness. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid constraint and exhausted ego. We have divine flow. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others. To follow the Tao, the divine flow at all cost. We have your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. We have self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. And see, yeah, I feel like a lot of you guys, you have a wall up, not only to yourself, but to other people. And that's kind of what I was getting with the no place like home card. I feel like the reason it was so blocked was because it's like you're blocking yourself from your own self, and you don't feel at home. You don't feel at ease in your own body, and you're needing to learn to get yourself back into that grounded state in your body where you start to feel comfortable in your body again. And then when you feel comfortable in your body, you're going to feel comfortable externally and around the places that you go, because the more comfortable you become in your body and the more you're allowed to give yourself space, then the more you're willing. Like, you guys might have like what I had, where I have a tendency of, when I sit down or I do something, like I always kind of don't take up much space. I kind of keep myself pretty small. Um but like having to learn to open up more, sit like more comfortably. Don't keep yourself so small in your body language. So pay attention if you do that to yourselves. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're really needing to learn to love yourself and start to ground yourself back into the body, back into who you are. So we also have humility at the bottom. Follow me, divine, to always accept that the right assistance. I will welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. So having to learn, yeah, like to receiving from, like getting help from the divine. They're always there to assist you. You just have to ask. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you need to really know when it's time for you to really let yourself, like, let it go and allow it to be let go of, and stop holding yourself back from really being or doing what it is that you want to do. So learning to take care of yourself and not trying to control how other people are going to respond. Just learn to know that, you have the right to, they have the right to their feelings, just like you have the right to your feelings. So learning to not try and fix everything for other people or to sacrifice parts of yourselves for other people. Learn to do that for yourself. Learn to love yourself again. And that's what's really going to help you guys grow, is by learning to accept the things that you cannot change, and then to control the things that you can change, which generally is only yourself. So that's what I have for my Scorpios for the month of February. I hope that this resonates for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.